there's actually a sense of, and this is something, maybe the first time I've said this, Carlos. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Well, I mean, a couple of days prior, unless you're listening to this post-pre, whatever. Hope you're spending this with family, friends, and loved ones. This episode, just the date of the Friday being the 23rd of December was way too perfect for us not to do a Christmas episode. We truly planned up until 6 weeks ago, finishing on last week's finale, but we were just like, what if there is an episode so close to Christmas, and next week we've got a New Year's episode because it comes out on the 30th. We've got a Master Sommelier. At Christmas time, we're a bit more generous with our budgets and reaching into our pockets for family and friends. So it's about increasing the budget to $100-ish, and Carlos, the Master Sommelier, going wild in Dan Murphy's and picking himself the best wine for Turkey, I said to him. Because, I mean, Turkey for me is Christmas, right?
Yeah,
I know that
definitely
families have different, like, my partner's family do seafood as well as steaks. But I think Turkey's just like that. Maybe it's cultural appropriation from America. But, the white bird could go with pork, but a white flesh meat protein. But this is our Christmas special. Carlos, the wine that you have picked is...
Mount Mary Trioli.
Might have to show the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. So this Mount Mary Trioli from the Yarra Valley. So one of the most historical, or one of the first wineries in the Yarra Valley from new generation, 1960s onwards. So Mount Mary, Yering Station. I think this would have been Seville Estate. Those were some of the top three first ones, top four. And Mount Mary is just outstanding every single time. So this is the Triolet, Sauvignon Blanc, Semillon, and Muscadel. So Triolet is in the three varietals from Bordeaux. Well, Mount Mary is, I think for a lot of people is still, when you have a Penfolds Grange, when you have, a very iconic Australian wine, I think Mount Mary is very much up there with one of those big names.
Wendouree,
Mount
Carlos's
Mary.
favorite.
Yeah, Wendouree, Mount Mary.
Are they here? Whereabouts? I mean, Wendoree's here.
No, I think Mount Mary is very much up there, amongst one of my absolute favorite. And you can just really go at any bottle shop and find Mount Mary. It is special. Number one, it's not as widely available. Number two, is more expensive. There you go.
Surprisingly, not a cork.
Yeah,
we have to say that.
That's true. I mean, a Bordeaux blend. 2019, he has a few years, which is good from that point of view. And we could decant this wine as well. So I think aeration will be pretty good in his wine.
So just looking at the color, I've never had this before. It's 3. Cheers. It's wonderful to spend Christmas with you, mate.
Likewise.
I've never had this glass before. I now have learned since the last 5 minutes that this is the 3 Bordeaux varieties. But just off appearance alone, I mean, it looks like it's a pale. It's like a lemon.
Yeah.
Like not pale lemon. It's like a lemon. I wouldn't even go as far as say pale gold.
Medium lemon if you like.
Medium lemon.
Medium lemon, yeah.
Yep.
Medium lemon.
But then what I'm trying to do straight away is assess what this is similar to, and like the color is something. It's not Riesling. It's like a light Chardonnay / darker Sauvignon Blanc. Like, what is this similar to, the color?
Because this wine spends a little bit of time in oak. It is a Sauvignon Blanc in a Bordeaux style, in a Bordeaux fashion, which, uses oak. There is that impact of oak in the wine, which develops a little bit the color. So it goes from that slight almost gray tone that the young Sauvignon Blanc has, or a Pinot Grigio sort of thing. This one, it's still fairly pale. I mean, you could, without tasting, without smelling, I don't think with this color you could go to too many places. It's like very, very...
you would go Bordeaux?
No, not at all, not at all.
No.
I mean,
okay.
if
you're saying there's not many places you could go.
yeah, no,
Gotcha.
as in like it's really hard to. You could go to a lot of different places basically. You wouldn't get this wine on the color alone or alcohol at all.
No, this isn't telling a story.
If you have a really garnet color wine with a lot of brown tones, I mean, okay, well, maybe a very aged Pinot Noir, a very aged Rioja, very aged Nebbiolo. Okay, but with this one, it's like, no, you can't really go. So I think color alone don't tell you anything at all in this wine.
The nose.
Nose?
Yeah, it's a good temperature, right? Or maybe it's a bit cold, potentially.
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is actually, to be fair, we just took this out of the fridge 5-10 minutes ago.
I think that's a very good point that we should mention.
You love making this point. It's not as, and this is where Carlos is going to say, maybe it's too cold in the glass. It's not
that
as...
was the first thought for sure. But,
it's one of Carlos's
100%.
favorite point of the year.
Yeah, because I really hate to drink wine that is too cold or red wines that are too warm, So I think it's almost the temperature between white and red is so close from each other, much closer than what people make it actually.
Oh, everyone just thinks, room temperature versus cold?
Some people, I mean...
And they should be somewhere closer to the middle?
Correct, yeah. Whites and reds almost closer to each other in temperature-wise. Champagne, definitely colder or very sweet wine or port wines, definitely much colder, but white wines in general and red wines in general much closer to each other than people make it up. People make it.
From what we can gather, let me go through some things that, as a 1 year experienced wine lover, I do get. There's actually a sense of, and this is something maybe the first time I've said this, Carlos. I assess white flower.
White flower.
Yeah.
Finally,
there's like there's a sense of, I'll get to yellow apple. There's a little bit of that, but there's a beautiful. It's not It's not jasmine. Jasmine's super fragrant. I walk past it on the way to the train in the morning to work.
Oh, nice! And you do smell it?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But this isn't that. But there's this beautiful white flower that I can't put my finger on. I can see it. I'm not a botanist, but there's a beautiful white flower. What do you get? Is it?
For me, it's more like apple blossom.
Apple blossom, sure. I'm not
apple
sure.
Blossom, is flower tree. Imagine springtime.
Yeah, it smells like spring. Yeah,
it smells like spring. Smells
like
fresh,
clean. Yeah, like not like some overpowering rose. It's this beautiful, young, fresh springtime white flower.
It's clean and it's not artificial. It doesn't smell like something that it's made up. It's forced. No, it's not. It's nice. It's a nice, fresh spring aroma in there.
Surprisingly, and please, Carlos, this is the episode where you pull me up. We finished season 1 officially last week. This is a yellow apple for me.
Yeah, yellow apple for sure.
Yeah, because I thought
Yellow
maybe
apple.
green apple. Like it's not like the color doesn't show, that it's going to be necessarily green apple. It could have gone even into like a bit of a red apple. But
when you smell green apple, you know it's green apple. It's like that tart, like Chablis.
Yeah, it's not that.
A Riesling, a young Riesling.
Yeah,
it's not like that. Clare Valley Riesling, usually green apple, Granny Smith. This is a ripe yellow apple. Yeah.
I do smell a sense of oak.
Yeah, there's definitely oak in this wine. There's smoke.
Creaminess as well.
Creaminess. Can you describe a little bit that creaminess?
Sure.
What?
Malolactic fermentation.
Yes. So what aromas come with that malolactic fermentation?
There's a sense of for me, it's more butter. Like there's which is not like Chardonnay butter. It's like this, let's say, beautiful French butter that you get with a baguette. It feels expensive. It smells expensive.
Yeah.
It's the Lurpak versus the Meadow Lee of butter, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But without being overdone as well.
No, it's not. That's what I'm
partial.
saying. Because Meadow Lee's like, butter. Whereas this is like, this is like a beautiful, which is what nice butter should be. It shouldn't smell like butter.
Yeah, because that's right. So there is a small amount of this wine that's gone through malolactic fermentation, meaning there is a little bit of that fresh butter, but there's still a lot of fruit as well, basically. Not the all fruit, the all wine has gone through malolactic fermentation, meaning a lot of butter, a lot of creaminess, a lot of yogurt or cheese rind, etc. There is a little bit of that, but partial. You know, it's like they steal a lot of fruit, and there's something on fruit that we haven't touched yet.
Let me get
We
to
already got the secondary,
Yeah,
which
there's
I think is
stone
fair.
fruits.
Yeah, stone fruits.
That's not what you're thinking, though?
No,
Okay,
there's
let me
something
let me-
else.
There's a bit
Something
of tropical
else.
edge to it.
Less tropical. I mean, unless.
Hang on, let me slow down.
Yeah, there is one fruit that is typical with Sauvignon Blanc, and it it almost smells like sweat sometimes. Like, it doesn't sound very good, but like blackcurrant leaf or anyway, there's one little fruit that is quite strong.
Nah, I'm gonna stick to what I know. I smell.
You know it.
I know it. I know the fruit, but what I'm
okay.
smelling is yellow apple,
Yeah.
a sense of butter, oak, and white flower. I don't think I'm guessing if I go past that, just because you give me hints.
Okay, a citrus that is not.
Oh, okay.
A citrus. There's one
like
citrus.
like a grapefruit.
Grapefruit. Do you smell grapefruit?
Yeah,
here?
because
Like-
I don't smell orange,
Yeah.
lemon, or lime.
Yeah,
So
grapefruit. A lot of grapefruit.
I'm excited for the first time to try the Mount Mary
Yeah.
Triolet 2019. $110.
And just the fact that we have
Christmas
to talk so
pick.
much about it, it's quite cool. But then again, it's warming up, and as it warms up, it's showing more. It's showing more of that smoke, which is again oak. It's a little bit more of that fresh butter is more evident. The ripe yellow apple, the citrus, the grapefruit, definitely touch of gooseberry. Yeah, I can see fruit hand-picked. Very gentle protection, CO2, oak barrel, gentle maturation in oak. I don't think there's a huge amount of new oak though. Maybe just, a small percentage just to add a little bit of flavor. That's not the idea either. The idea is to preserve the natural freshness of the grape varieties, which are of high quality in the region. And for these guys, John Middleton, which was obviously the founder, now David Middleton taking over. I actually met him, been there a few times over the years, and really lovely family to start with, and very, very meticulous on everything, on how they do everything. So I think it's showing really well, and it's complex. There's that savoriness. The length is really, really delicious, and you feel the intensity on the palate that is not what we've tried all
And
year.
it just sits in your mouth. Like it's coated my mouth, not coated my mouth. I can move my tongue and still feel like I'm getting a new sip. It's that's super high quality.
Okay, shall we have another sip to
please.
cheers? Yeah, I think we
course.
should. Yeah.
I mean, it's Christmas. We're technically out of office as well, by the way. So this is even work. This is enjoyment.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Salud.
Saúde.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you next week for our Happy New Year's episode, where we are opening up a bottle of wine that was $99.99. Carlos picked it right at the budget. This one we went a little bit over with. Next week, find out what Master Sommelier Carlos Santos has picked in the budget of $100 when it comes to French champagne, and it is a ripper. I mean, we haven't done it yet, obviously, but we can't wait.